Fox 61 News at 6 starts now.
Now at 6, millions more to Sandy Hook families. Alex Jones forced to pay up for promoting false conspiracy theories.
All I can really say is that I'm just proud that what we were able to accomplish was just to simply tell the truth.
The price Jones has to pay in punitive damages. And digging into the details, we're getting a closer look at what happened leading up to a shooting on a college campus. Questions tonight surrounding how the university responded to the call for help. Plus, 3 homicides in the capital city just in the past week.
I mean, it's concerning. Obviously, it's a large number. This is the biggest year I've ever seen.
Police now calling the rise in crime an epidemic. And a winner finally named in the race for 5th Congressional District.
We have no legal recourse to force a recount. The time has come for this campaign to end.
What we can expect from Congresswoman Jahana Hayes now that she's been reelected.
This is not fun at all. This is not fun at all.
Plus, a local radio show host living in a box for the next 24 hours. How it's helping make sure everyone has a gift this holiday season. The Fox 61 News at 6 starts now. And good evening, and thanks for joining us for the news at 6. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Jen Bernstein. We are in a weather watch alert tonight. Rain heading our way tomorrow.
Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank joining us now with a look. Rach?
And gusty winds from what was once Hurricane Nicole, now Tropical Storm Nicole, which is approaching the Big Bend area of Florida near the Florida Panhandle. This storm is going to accelerate over the course of the next 12 hours or so, flying north. And although the storm will completely fizzle, the moisture will remain, and that's going to bring us a soaking rain and some gusty winds. We're talking about anywhere between 1 inch to 1.5 inches of rainfall possible. So we're not anticipating any flooding, although there are a lot of leaves on the ground that can kind of clog storm drains. So it might be a good idea to kind of check the ones around your home just in case. And gusts between 35 to 45 miles per hour. The highest winds at the shoreline in southeastern Connecticut. While this generally is below the criteria needed for a lot of outages, there could be a few. And the National Weather Service wanting to warn people in southern Connecticut, southeastern Connecticut, that there is a bit of a higher risk there for seeing a few outages heading into later tomorrow night and early Saturday morning. So that goes into effect after 10 tomorrow night. Low temperatures tonight in the 40s to right around 50 degrees. We start the day off dry tomorrow with no issues in the morning, but as we head through the midday into the afternoon, you'll see a rising likelihood for getting some rain in here, starting off as a few scattered showers, but by tomorrow night, some locally heavier downpours, even the chance for a few rumbles of thunder. We'll walk you through this and what it means heading into the weekend coming up.
All right, Rachel, thank you. Well, in the wake of a shooting on the University of St. Joseph campus, questions are swirling about how public safety handled an incident that led up to it.
Fox 61's Matt Karen got some answers for us. He joins us live from West Hartford with more. Matt.
Yeah, you may remember that shooting here on the University of St. Joe's campus in West Hartford last Friday. It was all connected to a love triangle, and now we have learned that the suspect's ex-girlfriend claims that in an incident leading up to that shooting, her call for help was not responded to. An 8-page police report obtained by Fox 61 reveals that a week before Darnell Barnes opened fire on the University of St. Joseph campus in West Hartford,
by the grace of God, nobody died.
He allegedly showed up at his ex-girlfriend's dorm and blocked her from leaving campus. The report states, quote, that lasted about 30 minutes, during which time the victim stated she called St. Joe's Public Safety. The victim stated that Public Safety never came. So Fox 61 went to St. Joe's in search of answers. We went first to see the school's Director of Public Safety, Javier Rosario.
Anything that's made public through either the university or the West Hartford Police Department is what's out there, but I cannot help you out otherwise.
Okay, would there be somebody else who might be able to tell me something?
Nope.
St. Joe's did get back to us with a statement that read in part, quote, the call was 31 seconds in length and the caller did not identify themselves. A USJ public safety officer conducted a patrol check and engaged student resident assistants in an interior walkthrough of the residence halls. No unauthorized person was found. St. Joe's students told Fox 61 the whole ordeal has them shaken up and wanting to know more.
Where did that person come from, How did he get into the campus?
Grad student Amanda Tatey pointed out other universities have gates at the entrances.
And here it's an open campus, which makes it's less safe.
Fox 61 pulled the Cleary report on the St. Joe's campus, which shows crime is rare. Between 2018 and 2020, the university reported 2 incidents of rape, 4 incidents of burglary, and 1 incident each of fondling and stalking.
In all the time I've been here, we haven't really had something like this.
The Cleary report does include the requirement of an access card to get into the dorms and shows a map of blue light emergency terminals throughout campus.
I think probably we might need more security.
And you can read that full Cleary report on our website, fox61.com. As for the suspect, Darnell Barnes, well, he was charged with the attempted murder of his ex-girlfriend's new boyfriend and will be back in court next on December 1st. As for the victim, well, last check, he remains in serious condition. We're live here in West Hartford. Matt Karen, Fox 61 News.
All right, Matt, thank you. We have some breaking news now. In the Alex Jones trial, a judge has decided how much the InfoWars host will pay up in punitive damages.
Fox 61's Sarah Sanchez joins us in the Breaking News Center with how much he'll have to pay Sandy Hook families. Sarah.
Well, a judge orders Jones and his company to pay an extra $473 million for promoting false theories about the Sandy Hook school tragedy. This brings the total judgment against him in a lawsuit filed by the victims' families to a staggering $1.44 billion. Christopher Maddie, the attorney for the Sandy Hook families, responds in a statement today saying in part, quote, "Our hope is that this serves to reinforce the message of this case that those who profit from lies targeting the innocent will face justice." Jones's attorney, Norm Pattis, says in his own statement, quote, to paraphrase Karl Marx, the verdict was tragedy. This latest ruling is farce. It makes our work in the appeal that much easier. And today on his show, Jones called the award ridiculous and a joke and said he has little money to actually pay the damages. In the Breaking News Center, Sarah Sanchez, Brent, Jen, back to you.
All right, Sarah, thank you. Well, new tonight, an update in Connecticut's tight 5th District congressional race. Over 24 hours after Election Day, Republican challenger George Logan conceded to incumbent Representative Jahana Hayes.
Fox 61's political reporter Emma Wolfhorst has been closely following this battle. She joins us in studio now with more. Emma.
Jen, Brent, tonight Connecticut continues as a solidly blue stronghold, the state's congressional delegation remaining entirely Democrat after Tuesday's midterm elections. But despite losses statewide, Republican leaders tell me today they're optimistic about the future of the party in Connecticut and nationwide.
We have no legal recourse to force a recount. The time has come for this campaign to end.
Thursday morning, Logan conceded to Representative Hayes in their battle for Connecticut's 5th congressional district.
I knew it was going to be a close race. I didn't know it was going to be this close, but I was willing to fight. It's fighting 5th. Everybody knows that.
Wednesday night, the race was called in favor of Hayes after the Secretary of the State's office announced additional vote totals, bringing the margin of victory for Hayes to just under 2,000 votes. The Secretary's office saying this total is enough to not trigger a recount.
While the outcome of Tuesday's election was not what we worked hard for, it is a warning that the voters of the 5th Congressional District want their voices to be heard.
Thursday afternoon, the balance of power in the U.S. Congress still up in the air, neither party reaching the 218-seat threshold necessary to win the House. Republicans closing in on that majority, but even if they succeed, it could be by a razor-thin margin.
In a midterm year with a Democratic president, the fact that there was not this clean sweep that everyone was talking about is a story in and of itself.
That red wave Republicans hoped would sweep the nation isn't shaping up the way they anticipated, but Connecticut GOP leaders not discouraged.
I'm optimistic about the Connecticut Republican Party. I'm optimistic about the Republican Party across the country and the message that we have.
And no word if Logan plans to run again, but Republican leaders told me now they hope to regroup, refocus, and move forward. Jen?
All right, Emma, thank you very much. In other news, Route 44 in Norfolk remains closed tonight following a gas tanker rollover that happened Saturday morning. Crews are concerned with the rainy weather that we're expecting tomorrow and Saturday, saying that it could hurt those cleanup efforts. They say cleanup is expected to take several more weeks because of the amount of gas that leaked from that tanker. And a Fox 61 follow-up tonight. West Hartford police have made an arrest in a fatal pedestrian accident from over the summer. Police say Claudia Stetson turned herself in this morning. She's accused of hitting Bob O'Neill at the intersection of South Main Street at Farmington Avenue on June 3rd. He died from his injuries. Stetson posted $50,000 bond and is set to appear in court next month. More development is coming to New Haven, and it will happen on the site of a former iconic structure.
Now, Fox 61's Tony Tersey has a preview of this development that is slated to go in where the New Haven Coliseum used to stand.
Construction on this site is expected to break ground beginning next week, but might not fully be completed for about a decade. But no one around New Haven is complaining, given how long they've had to wait. Since January 20th, 2007, when the New Haven Coliseum was imploded, this valuable parcel at the corner of Orange and George Streets has remained vacant, but no more.
1, 2, 3. This is really a gateway, and one of the things we want to get across to the rest of the state is the growth that's occurring in New Haven.
This mixed-use project on a 3.5-acre parcel will be developed in 3 sub-phases for new housing, public amenities, and an office building used for medical and labs.
The first phase is going to include 200 residential units. I'm personally very excited that a good percentage of the units are going to be affordable units, 40 of the units.
There will also be 16,000 square feet of retail space and 25,000 square foot open space with public access.
Second phase is additional residential units and parking garage. And then the third phase is a medical science, medical labs, biolabs building.
This 20,000 square foot building with space for medical and laboratories will include a ground floor restaurant. And then about a block away, a wide array of businesses that are waiting to cash in.
I'm very excited to have that here because automatic the business will go up. The more residents come in, the business volume goes, and the city develop more traffic.
Well, that's going to be better for all of us. For me, for Barcade, for Somos, for all the businesses around here. That's going to help everybody, especially us.
While construction gets underway next week, there will also be a community meeting next Thursday night at the Canal Dock Boathouse over on New Haven Harbor. I'm Tony Tersey, Fox 61 News.